Massive discounts are here for the Tesla Cybertruck. Now, if you stack it correctly, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit, you can get potentially up to $18,000 off. There are some crazy deals now stacked with inventory discounts, referral code discounts, and much more. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. We've got some big discounts for the Tesla Cybertruck. Now with a Cybertruck's 2024 and 2024 Foundation Series trucks. So I guess these are new, but then also like a year old at this point. And so kind of take it for whatever it's worth. And if you're looking for a deal, this might be a great deal, especially if you're like two types of buyers. And really those buyers are, I guess, like cash and maybe finance, definitely not leasing, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. Tesla is now offering new Cybertruck inventory discounts in the US up to $10,550 off. This is up from $6,000 from before. Non-foundation up to $10,500 and foundation series up to $10,000 off. Actually, we found a couple foundation series Cyber Beasts that were almost $12,000 off. But here's how you can do a massive loophole if you're looking to stack it with the $7,500 federal tax credit, because these are 2024 vehicles, they don't qualify for the tax credit normally through cash or even financing. The only way to do this is you have to do a lease loophole. So yes, you do have to lease the vehicle. But what's cool with this is that you can do this on a Cyber Beast actually. And so if you combine this with the $7,500 federal tax credit, a Cyber Beast could be an adjusted price of close to around $82,000 to $83,000, which is about the same price as a brand new all-wheel drive MSRP Cybertruck. So if you're looking for maximum value, this could be a great loophole for you. And of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. And so here is how it works. The first one is you got to find one that you can actually lease in Cybertruck or even all-wheel drive or even Cyber Beast. And yes, this does bring the price of the all-wheel drive ones even lower. Tesla stacking the $10,550 off on Cyber Beast inventory. That's the biggest one I found in my area. I even put a screenshot of it right here, $10,000 off on this one plus the $7,500. But even though this was labeled as commercial credit, so you do have to hit this lease button, and you'll see in the fine print details, which I'll show you in just a second, how the $7,500 actually stacks on top of that. So potentially I calculated $18,000 give or take. Now, of course, there could be $1,000 give or take in fees from acquisition fees. Well, there's definitely a $695 acquisition fees that's going to hit no matter what. And you're going to have to buy out this Cybertruck immediately or as quick as possible, because when you do a Tesla Cybertruck lease, if you're leasing the payment, it's going to be close to like 10%, if not more. And so you definitely do not want to be sticking with that lease with it. And so here's the catch. You got to lease it first, then buy it out using third-party financing or even cash. Avoid the 10% lease interest by refinancing fast, because the longer you hold it, the 10% interest will continue to hit it. So you don't want to do that at all. Only works with Tesla Trust or Chase as the lease provider. That's the only ones that I know that I've seen, because I've confirmed. I worked with a handful of people that did this like months ago in December when they were looking to get that lease loophole $7,500 tax credit before it even was around, and because you were able to do that. And so Chase and Tesla Trust are the two I've confirmed that it actually works. 2024 new vehicle inventory only, and be ready for the acquisition fee of $695 in the lease process. And so here's the fine print, because if you take a look at it, you can see in this screenshot, I guess, well, you can't see it in this one, but all the way at the bottom here, let me see if I can get it shown up on the screen. It actually says in the fine print, monthly lease payment already includes the $7,500 Tesla leasing incentive, which is subject to change at any time. So order does not guarantee eligibility. And so that shows to us that when you lease these vehicles, when you lease these Cybertrucks, you can actually get that $7,500 lease payment. And it's actually on all Tesla vehicles for that $7,500 lease payment and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. I mean, certainly if you want to, this doesn't work on a foundation series, but if you're just wanting to, like, if you don't qualify for the $7,500 anyways, and you don't want to go to the lease loopholes and jump those to save that, whatever, $6,000 to $7,000, I mean, the foundation series is also a fantastic deal, because you do get that free lifetime supercharging, which is really nice. And so now the question is this enough to sell out all the different Cybertrucks that are in inventory. And I guess time will tell, because yes, it was like a $5,000 to $6,000 off like a month ago, but it was 1.99%. And I guess they're just flip-flopping and switching to a different strategy, not necessarily flip-flopping, but switching to a different strategy to see if a bigger discount works out for them. Because if you do the math, 5.49% versus like 1.99, that's probably close to that time frame, or probably close to that interest rate savings. And so that's where they're kind of just moving the savings to a different camp to see if, or a different strategy to see if that actually sell. But what I'm hopeful for, I mean, this is still very early in the year, and if Tesla isn't going to be reducing production of the Cybertruck, maybe we'll see like a 0% offer, free supercharging for all Cybertrucks. That would be crazy. And so Fred posted this: Cybertruck is in crisis, new discounts and throttling down. I mean, one thing is for sure, inventory for the Cybertruck isn't necessarily going up and up. So they've done something to calm inventory across all the different models, not just Cybertruck. And so it is very interesting to see these different things and everything. And here is the screenshot. Fun with Numbers found this. If you're looking for a Foundation Series Cyber Beast, they're up to almost $12,000 off, $11,990. And so certainly it is very interesting to see. And really what I think is happening with the Cybertruck is the price is, it's not obtainable for a lot of different people. I mean, yes, trucks are expensive. They can be expensive, but also, you know, there's also a different segment of the country or market that probably drives these type of trucks. And so for them to transfer, I mean, it has to be worth them to take a risk on it. Ford F-150 Lightning, I kind of think hit the sweet spot with like the $500 to $600 monthly payments, and really sold a bunch of them. And so you got to get people to make it a no-brainer for people to get into these vehicles first before actually trying to charge them a premium for the vehicle. And so I think it's going to go lower and lower, and it definitely is going to be going lower. I mean, there's definitely going to be more competition coming into the space as well. Definitely take a look at this. Sawyer posted 2026 Chevy Silverado EV 3W2, a 350-mile truck, and the cost is supposed to be around $50,000. I mean, I've actually got one of these on a Hertz rental, and it was okay. I mean, if it can be $50K, it's a lot of truck for sure, especially for an electric vehicle truck at the end of the day. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what type of competition comes out there. And let us know, are you going to be getting any of these Tesla Cybertruck? Do you think the deal is good? Is this the time to buy now? I personally would say, like, if you don't need a vehicle, my recommendation is always keep waiting, because it is still only the first month of the quarter. Then we get into the third quarter, and then also December as well. And so there's a lot of competition internally. I feel like there's a lot of competition with Tesla vehicles as well. And so you might as well just keep waiting it out, especially if Tesla's going to be keep producing and producing and producing more of these. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data, like your addresses, phone numbers, from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too.